Oh my God. Oh my God. I'm so happy that my fucking microphone works. Oh my God, ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the broadcast. My name is the Science Spark, but you can call me Sparks. And I'm so incredibly happy to see you on this magnificent Wednesday, December 12th. How are all of you beautiful, wonderful, fantastic people? Oh my God. Guys, check it out. Look, we got a brand new mic arm. It's less cumbersome. It's less in the way. And this bitch fucking moves a whole lot nicer than the previous one. And the previous one is off in the corner ready to gather dust or for me to sell it on Facebook Marketplace or fucking anything else. Anything. Oh my God, I know it's pink and I love it. Thank you for the Christmas. Yes, we love the little Christmas headband. It's lovely. Oh my goodness. How's everybody doing this magnificent December? This is the part of the broadcast where I talk to you guys a little bit about my personal news, the things that go on in between the streams. I'm still getting used to this thing. It's a little different and it kind of makes me want to have a pink microphone or maybe like a pink like little something. Maybe that's something I could ask for. I'll take the old one for free. Bitch, you in Canada. Oh my goodness gracious. Maybe I'll set it up with Maddie and he can fucking mail it in between. Because for those of you who don't know, my wonderful La Boo Boo. All I can think of. Definitely some more pink. I love pink. It's so great. It's such a sweet and calming color and I love it. Oh my goodness. Well, you guys, I had a little bit of a mental health break. As you know, the holidays are really hard on a lot of us. And I will say these last couple of weeks have been a little bit emotionally draining on me. I had, of course, my family Christmas party that came up that my family hosts in our home. So we were moving furniture. We were doing all kinds of, I did like many, many hours of baking. I was the host / MC, so I ran all the games. I helped do a lot of the planning. So it was really, really, really crazy, to be honest. So with that all happening and then the planning in the background, I really ended up needing a little bit of a break. So I decided to put streaming a little bit on the back burner. I needed to prioritize myself. Guys, rest is important. Rest is a requirement, not a reward. So make sure, please take time when you need rest to get rest. Some good news going on for me is PvZ Garden Warfare. Oh, Plants vs. Zombies 2 community is going crazy because Jinxie streamed the game. Oh, that's some really cool good news. Oh my God. Love it. Love it so much. Anybody else got some lovely good news going on for them? I hope please share. I would love to hear it. Your good news is good news to be shared. Also, don't mind this fucking bookshelf back here. This is a broke ass, busted ass bookshelf that I need to get rid of, and it just happened to be put in here because the Christmas party of which I was speaking of earlier happened, and we needed to get it the fuck out of the way. But yes, other than that, God, what else has been going on? The Christmas party was a total blast. We had tons of games. It was so fun getting some of my personal friends in, some family in, you know, showing off our house to guests that have never been here before. We're kind of a little bit of a reclusey family. We don't really host anything. I used to host D&D at my house like all the time. And then eventually it got to a point where, you know, some things went down and it was just like, okay, it's easier not to host D&D. But now we're getting it back into the swing of things. And let me tell y'all, I am in full baking mode. Another good thing is having this emote. Oh my God. Love it. I need to make an emote for that. You know what? You've inspired me, Shy. I will also make that emote. I actually have a new emote for y'all that I also need to upload. I have designed squirts off camera. Oh my God. But I am in full baking mode. South Texas mom, I want you to know that your husband told me not to bring any of the sweets from my Christmas party to y'all. I just want y'all to know. I want y'all to know that was an option and he said no. So I'm just putting that out there. Just letting you know that was an option. I made some peppermint sheet cake that was delicious. I also made double chocolate crinkle cookies that were also super good. And I also made chocolate covered Oreo balls. Those were also delicious. And I had asked him, like, do you want any? And he's like, no, I don't want any. I'm trying to, like, you know, cut out sweets. And I'm like, yeah, but what about the family? And he was just like, Give me, I don't care if I'm in the north. Damn, dude fumbles the bag for real. Don't worry. I am probably going to stream on Friday a baking stream because it's Christmas time and I love baking. I am going to be making a gingerbread bundt cake on stream. So if you guys want the recipe, I will put it in my Discord. If you guys aren't part of the Discord, make sure to join it. I would love to have it. Hey, if you get any extra baked goods, dude, I know, I'm super excited. I love eating. So do I. Oh my goodness. And then definitely now Maddie is going to be coming down on December 2nd, which I'm super excited about because I'm going to be baking for him. I'm going to be making him a like steak dinner with all the sides and the trimmings and all of the different accoutrements. I'm so excited. His parents gave him the best Christmas present where they paid for a plane ticket for him to come back. Ugh, and I'm so excited. And I agree. I totally agree, Shy. Baking is so cool. Baking is so much fun. I love to bake. Baking is a science. There's technique. There's different types of ways to go about it. And I love it. Oh my God, I love it. So we're going to be making a gingerbread bundt cake. I also want to make red and green M&M cookies because those are Maddie's favorite. And I think he would really like having those. What else? Oh, I want to make peppermint sugar cookies. Those are so much good. Science message, nerd mode activated. For real though, science is so cool. And when you can eat the science, it's even fucking better. Oh, I love baking so much. I love cookies. I love cakes. I made a really good peppermint sheet cake for the first time for my Christmas party because I needed a cake that was going to serve a lot of people, but also have like a bunch of munchies in case, you know, people didn't want to commit to a cake. And it came out really good. I also had a ton of friends that were here. Some of the people that are in the community came to the party. These are like people that like work with my dad and whatnot. So one or two people in this community, of course, definitely does. And so they're part of the community, but I won't out anyone because that's rude. But yeah, so they got to enjoy all of the baked goods. It was so much fun. And then we have an office potluck that's coming up that I totally intend on baking something for. I don't know what yet, but I want to do it because I fucking love baking. And I want to bring you guys along for it too. I can bake the hardest thing ever. Pillsbury Easy Bake cookies. It's hard. Listen, I don't gatekeep. This is the thing. I don't gatekeep. Gatekeeping is for losers and people who want to just like ruin everything for everybody. If you bake from a box, that's fucking baking. If you bake from scratch, that's fucking baking. So don't worry about it. If you like, it's the same thing. Like people who are like listening to books versus reading audiobooks versus reading on an ebook, you're still fucking reading. It activates all the same parts of your brain. So like, this is not a place where we gatekeep. If you got information, if you got a really good recipe, if you got something that you like doing, fucking share it. Fuck it, man. Life is too fucking hard already. Let's not make it more difficult by gatekeeping information. Oh, my goodness gracious. So if anybody's got any wins that you want to talk about, please and thank you. I require you most desperately to what if I bake a cake using AI? I will shoot you between your eyebrows, you motherfucker. Even talking to yourself in your head activates the same parts as talking out loud. It does. Yeah, for some people don't have an inner monologue, which is insane to me. Okay, though. We're going to get into it, chat. So, before I join the Discord conversation, we're going to go over some major news that I think affects everybody and is going to be a really interesting debate and conversation with the wonderful, magnificent, incredible Firechild Gaming. So, ChatGPT will grow hands and put the cake in the oven. Fuck AI. All right. Anyway. Let's get to the main shit. Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, if you've been living under a rock or you currently don't know what the fuck is going on, Netflix and Paramount are currently in a huge battle over Warner Brothers. What does that mean? Holy shit. Let's talk about it. Oh my fucking God. But before we get too into it, let me just tell y'all, let me show y'all more so. Hold on. Let me get some. This is my notebook for my special interests. And I make all kinds of notes that I love to talk about or currently obsessing over. And right now, I even have my site's sources. So I'm letting you know that there is a bibliograph that I did make in the background, but these are all of my notes that I want to go over. I've highlighted them and everything, and I even have the quotes from various people that are very important that we should be considering. Warner Brothers are the belle of the ball, and most importantly, they've felt in years. Dude, for real, they're like the main guys right now. No one's talked about Warner Brothers and for so long. Don't get me wrong, Warner Brothers has like a crazy catalog. They own a fuck ton of things. For example, they own Game of Thrones. They own the entire HBO library. They also own Harry Potter. They own the entire DC universe. They own Cartoon Network. They own all of Hanna-Barbera, and they own Lord of the Rings, just to name a handful of people. Like, let's put into context truly what it is that Warner Brothers. I watched Space Tangine and you see just how much they own. For real, that's a great example right there. The Animaniacs, let's talk about that. Oh my God, Warner Brother owns so much. So before we get into it, we're going to talk about the ins and the outs, the ups and the downs, everything in between when it comes to it. And we're doing that with the amazing, wonderful, incredible Firechild Gaming. Boop. Hello? Fire, are you here? Oh, he left. This motherfucker left me. How dare you? Anyway, well, we're going to continue talking about it in a moment. Well, let's go ahead. Christmas hats on the bouncy screen emotes. I know. It's so cute. It's so festive. All right, so let's go over the ins and the outs and everything that's happening right now. So, right now, Warner Brothers is currently, as Foolish said, the belle of the ball. Right now, Netflix has offered $82.7 billion in enterprise value for Warner Brothers. What could that possibly mean? So, a lot of companies work off of something called shares, or are currently working towards something known as shareholder value. These are the people who have invested or a vested interest in the company's direction as well as their profits. I don't want to pay for Paramount Plus, so I'd rather have Netflix own it, to be honest. Here's the thing. Okay, we have so many statistics to go over. I'm so excited to talk to you about literally everything. So I have been gathering data all day. So for example, if you did not know, Netflix as of 2025 has over 310.6 million viewers. Oh my God, Foolish, thank you so much for the 3 months, or excuse me, for the tier 1. Oh, they're wonderful. You've been subscribed for 15 months. You're an amazing, wonderful human being. All right. So Netflix has 310.6 million viewers around the world, with second place only going towards Amazon Prime with 200 million viewers. Paramount Plus themselves are 5th place in global subscribers with $79.1 million. But Netflix is already charging quite a bit. Netflix in 2015 was charging $9.99 for a standard subscription with no ads. As of 2025, they are currently charging $17.99, an increase of $10. Or excuse me, an increase of $9 in 10 years. I'm shocked Paramount can afford Warner Brothers. I thought Paramount was smaller than. So okay, we're gonna get into it. We're gonna fucking get into it. Let's go. Okay. So Netflix, do you guys remember when Netflix was constantly telling everyone, like, hey, don't share your passwords, we poor, oh my God, don't look at us, please, you can't share with your mom anymore, you got to get your own account because we got no money. And then Netflix comes out of nowhere, they're canceling every show, by the way. They canceled Mindhunters. There's like a fuck ton of shows where they didn't even try on certain things, where they just weren't showing the money, or they cut the budget, all that shit. Well, Netflix out of nowhere came out with $82.7 billion in value so that they're able to, purchase Warner Brothers. Now, what worries everyone is if this merger goes through, we're a poor little baby streaming service. What are we gonna do? Meh. Well, on average, the American household pays about $48 per month for streaming services as of October 2024. In 1 year, that has already gone up to $70 per month for the average household. Oh, wait. It's not a buyout, it's a merger. To buy someone out is to merge with them. It is the same thing. So what would happen is if Netflix goes through with this deal with the $82.7 billion, they would be able to own all of the licensure and the intellectual properties that Warner Brother owns, as well as the studio. Now, what's happening as well, though, is that Netflix is not interested in any of their cable networking. Warner Brothers, if you didn't know, owns both TNT and CNN as an example of some of their TV shows. Netflix is not fucking interested in that. They're like, you can spin that off into another company, you can make Discovery, whatever. We don't fucking care. We want your movies and we want your television. So, what's immediately concerning about this? Does anybody care about cable other than sports? People do care about cable, especially when it comes to the news. People care about the news. That's a really big deal. That's where a lot of people are like, about things when it comes to Paramount, but we're gonna get into that. Oh my God, I'm gonna need to drink so much water because I am so fucking hype. Fire, are you in here? Are you in here, Fire? I can't even hear you.
I just got in here.
Oh, I'm so sorry. I did not. I just pulled it up and I just saw my icon by itself and it's like, where is he?
Strange timing.
Sorry.
As soon as I clicked it, I'm like, are you in here?
I'm so sorry.
I'm right here.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, we have Fire here with us, of whom is a movie expert. We love our movie expert.
Random. Go.
Okay. We're going over the merger and all the different things that go with it and all the information that is at least dealing with Netflix. So Netflix is currently offering to buy, but right now, immediately, as soon as Netflix announced this offer, the Writers Guild of America was immediately like, this cannot stand. In fact, the actual quote from them is that the world's largest streaming company swallowing one of its biggest competitors is what antitrust laws were designed to prevent. The outcome would eliminate jobs, push down wages, worsen conditions for all entertainment workers, raise prices for consumers, and reduce the volume and diversity of content for all viewers. This merger must be blocked, is what the current Writers Guild of America is. Now, it doesn't matter between the two of these people if Netflix or Paramount gets it, because the reaction would be the same. WB Discover was never real competition beginning. So the problem, they're not a streaming platform. They are a movie studio. They just create movies. Now, to be honest, Warner Brother has created some of the greatest movies of all time that have lasted in their franchise and IP for decades. They have created some of the best and longest lasting memorable cultural moments that we currently remember. So if Netflix gets their hands on them, Netflix then becomes the people who are then producing the movies with their writers and their creators. According to Netflix, they said they're not going to do any layoffs.
Technically, Netflix doesn't really have a whole lot of writers and directors.
They hire out.
It's contract out, yeah. Which in a way is a good thing. Netflix is not notorious. They're very well known for being hands off. They're one of the few studios that don't interfere creatively.
Which is pretty nice.
In a way, that's a good thing.
I think. Go ahead.
Go ahead. No, go ahead.
I think with Netflix's current model, with them basically being the bank for creatives that then come and pitch ideas, and then they're like, yeah, we like that idea, here's money, make it happen. I think them having that hands-off approach does make for a easier transition from Warner Brothers and what they currently do into the Netflix sphere of things, because that's essentially what Warner Brothers does. People come to them, they pitch ideas, and then they produce them.
Yeah, that's true. Like, I am like, the more I've thought about it, the more I've leaned more team Netflix than team Paramount. I feel like if Warner Brothers is going bye-bye, it's going to somebody.
It's like, there's no
going to
denying
happen.
This.
It's not a question of, unless the government steps in and blocks both of them, which is possible.
It's possible.
We don't know. I doubt it, but if it were to happen and they block both of them, then that's a different story. But the way it looks right now is it's going to somebody. Mm-hmm. And knowing the way Paramount has been doing business with from a creative standpoint, I would
It's not
rather
looking
Warner
too
Brothers go
good.
to Netflix. Paramount has been micromanaging the ever-loving hell out of their properties.
Yep.
Like they step in and they are telling the directors what to put in the movie, how to direct, how to edit it. You know, we got to have this in it, we got to have that in it, we got to do this, and they're listening to their marketing advisors, and it's just a bad. They're making
It's a bad business
product.
model.
Well, I mean, it's a good business. They're making money hand over fist, but it's not a good creative model. It's not good for the.
It's not good for the
creators.
artists. No.
Netflix is way better for the artist. I mean, they're bringing in they brought in Scorsese, they brought in Del Toro, they brought in oh Jesus. I'm drawing a blank. They brought in
Even indie
names.
creators, like let's say for example Squid Games. Squid Games was probably one of the largest properties made by Netflix in most recent years, and that was a script that had been denied multiple times by multiple studios, and Netflix gave them the green light.
That's actually a good point, because you think about the big fear that I'm hearing from a lot of people is the death of theaters and Netflix going full Disney and just churning out, you know, beating the properties into the ground like Disney's doing.
Right.
I mean, yes, they're gonna, if they get it, yeah, there's gonna be more Lord of the Rings, there's gonna be more Harry Potter, there's gonna be more, you know, whatever.
But the problem with that is that it was already happening. Like Netflix, Warner Brothers was already funding a brand new Harry Potter show, which was just going to be a rehash of the same thing.
It wasn't even different. It was, let's do that again.
Exactly.
And everybody that's worried about that happening, my answer is it's already. Warner Brothers is doing it. It's been happening. Will it continue? Yes, but however, it'll continue in the hands of a studio that's like, do your thing. We just want to make money off you. We don't give a shit what the end product is. We just want to make money off of it.
Exactly.
So they get the hell out of the way. That benefits them. They make money off the product. That benefits the consumers because we get more goddamn creativity in our films. And think about what Warner Brothers has done. Name me something that Warner Brothers has done that has made a shit ton of money that isn't a reboot, an adaptation, a sequel, a prequel, something like that, an original property, a completely original IP that has made a shit ton of money for Warner Brothers or Paramount in the last 5 years.
In the last 5 years, I'm fucked. I couldn't name you anything.
Very little. Now do the same thing, but do it with Netflix.
Netflix had K-pop Demon Hunters just this year, which was the #1 most streamed movie ever. Squid Games was one of the best shows that they ever dropped. Stranger Things has got a huge. It even has theatrical releases for its finale. It's huge. On top of that,
it has a Broadway play.
It does exactly. Oh my god, I forgot about that. Yes, it has a Broadway play. On top of that, what else? What is it? Bridgerton is probably one of the largest watched events in the spring whenever it releases. Yeah, Paramount has fucking Space Jam 2, and that was a goddamn travesty.
See, that's why I'm kind of leaning towards I hope it's Netflix and not Paramount, because Netflix is one of the few they're a Hollywood studio now.
They are.
They're one of the few Hollywood studios that is still actually doing original content.
It's true. It's true. Even Warner Brothers, I will say, because thinking of Warner Brothers, that would more so be along the lines of HBO, and HBO has a lot of interesting properties. So, for example, just this year, Welcome to Derry is their current thing that they've got going. Which is again, that's an adaptation. True, but it's not an original. But I'm trying to think of like things that they have that are currently running right now. They also have their talk shows, which I know is like Real Time with Bill Maher or Last Week Tonight with John Oliver, which I know. They also have other major shows. Barry, which is a really big. It's not a current one, but that is a major one they had. The Sopranos as well is huge with Warner Brothers.
Yeah, you're going way back in time.
But those are properties that they own that were original.
And I think HBO has fallen for everything else because now they're just rehashing. Like there's a new fucking Game of Thrones coming out. The third one,
It's Jon Snow's prequel stories or whatever, or sequel series.
Second spinoff.
Yeah, Frankenstein is a Netflix original.
Yeah. And I think with Netflix, I know the other big fear is the death of theaters, and I don't think that's true. Disney is not giving up theaters anytime soon.
I don't think
so. NBC Universal is not giving up theaters anytime soon. Paramount's not giving up theaters anytime soon. I think more likely what we'd start seeing is we're going to see, which the death has already started. We're going to see the death of physical media.
That's what scares me most.
That will. I mean, I think is it Paramount or MGM? One of the two have already announced that they're no longer going to print their films on physical media.
I can.
It has nothing to do with Netflix. I don't know if it was Paramount. It might have been MGM. One of the major ones. One of the big. They're not. They're no
I'll
longer
fact check
gonna do
you
physical
right
media.
now.
I just don't remember. I don't remember which studio it was.
Since Amazon bought MGM, more and more MGM's theatrical releases are not getting physical releases on
There we go.
discs.
Yeah,
That's what it is.
MGM.
It's MGM because Amazon owns them.
Yep.
That is the part that
And
says
Amazon
scary.
Amazon is the greatest thing ever, and we're so grateful for everything they do. Considering we're on Twitch, which is
We're
also
on
owned by
Twitch, and
Amazon.
those are our fucking finance daddies. We got it.
But by the way, I have my camera up. If you
Oh, do you? Okay, I'm sorry. I had no idea.
Oh, I don't give a crap. I'm sitting here being fat and lazy, so. I'm
Do you-
just
okay,
saying
well, fuck
it's
it.
Up if you want to use it.
Hold on, I gotta turn on my virtual camera so that we can both be on.
I still have the red background that your brother put up there while I was streaming earlier. I haven't bothered to change it back to blue.
Fuck yeah. Let's see if it's
Yeah,
turned on.
I think Netflix getting it. I don't think it's going to be the end of theaters. Simply for two simple facts. We've got a lot of competition. Like I said, Universal, Disney, Paramount, et cetera, MGM. They're still going to be holding it. But the big reason is the Academy. Netflix is hell bent on winning an Oscar.
They really are.
Like once they got that taste with The Irishman, they got their Oscar nod.
Yeah.
They are hell bent on winning one, and
Yeah.
they're not going to give up on that. And one of the Academy's not changing. Those
No.
stiffs are never changing.
No.
They'll hang on to theaters till the bitter end. And one of the criteria in order to qualify for an Oscar nomination
It has to
is
be in
you
a
had to have
handful of
had a
theaters.
You had to have a theatrical release. It doesn't have to be wide, and it doesn't have to be extended, but you got to be in theaters.
Yep. No, you're correct on that. And I think with
That's
Netflix's gun for
never
that.
going away.
No, it does.
I think Netflix. I think say they take Warner Brothers and they have all of Warner Brothers IPs. I think some of Warner Brothers IPs that they make movies out of will go to theaters and some won't. I don't think it's going to be like everything that Warner Brothers would have put in theaters will continue to go to. I don't think it'll be that, but some of the stuff is still going to. So some will be at home, some will be in theaters.
Are you still trying not to vape at home? Just 10 seconds.
Yeah, I should put that down. You're right. Son of a bitch. I would be watching along with chat, but I can't get Twitch to load on my fucking PC.
Dude, Twitch was giving me fucking shit earlier too. So I apologize to everyone if that's something that's happening, y'all.
I'll bring it up on my phone.
Yeah, Texas was the one that was like, "Hey, tell Fire to put it down."
Thank you, Texas.
So,
Love you.
with all of this being said, we do know that with the current bid with $82.7 billion from Netflix, it would take about 12 to 18 months to close. So this is just an inkling of what's going to happen. But we did also
it's gonna
see.
be more.
You think it's going to take longer than that?
No, it's going to be more money. I think it was. Again, I'm going from memory here. I think it was Viacom was merging with somebody, and this happened years ago, in the 90s, I think.
Mm-hmm.
And it was the same situation that one of them made a bid, outbid the other one, and then the losing party, Paramount in this case, tried a hostile takeover by an outlandish amount of money, $108 billion. And all that did back then, again, I don't remember the players, but all that did back then was first forced the company that was being sold to go back and renegotiate with the first one for a higher fee. So all that's going to happen is Netflix is going to raise their offer.
I mean, I can see it. I can definitely see it.
Warner Brothers is going to go for more than $86 billion. No question.
So
Either
we do
the hostile
know.
takeover works or Netflix raises more money and buys it.
So with that being said, the co-CEO of Netflix, Ted Sarandos, claims that the state of the box office currently, with less and less people going to theaters, quote unquote, means people want to watch movies at home. That's his current statement. He's not wrong. There are two CEOs. Ted Sarandos is the one who's been making the most of the statements. He believes this is currently he believes that this is currently out of step with what the consumer wants. Now, with that being said, when I was a kid, when you were a kid, movies would release in theaters for such a longer amount of time than what they currently do. Right now, it's a 30 to 45 day window for movies in a theater, whereas back in the day, it used to be 90 days. Can you explain why?
You have to. I mean, why is easy. I don't know about your day, but back in my day, if you wanted to see a movie on a giant screen, your only option was a movie theater. But now, I mean, chat, raise your hands if you have a 50+ inch television in your living room.
Press 1 if you got a large ass TV.
If you've got a TV larger than 50 inches in your living room, press 1. I guarantee you we're going to have some ones being pressed. A lot of people, like our living rooms over time from
have
back
become
in,
mini theaters.
mid 90s. Yeah, in the mid 90s, you know, it was like a 15, 16, maybe a 21 inch TV, and it was square, so it wasn't even in the right aspect ratio.
Mm-hmm. Oh, dude, I remember that.
And you were getting your sound from the TV speakers, which were garbage.
Which
and
were
so
on
it was
the
just a
bottom.
TV. Yeah, the living room was a social space that happened to have a TV in it.
Mm-hmm.
Now the modern living room is a mini movie theater.
Sound bars, surround sound.
You got the surround sound. You've got
the lazy boys and the nice everything.
Yeah.
Shit, my whole room, everything. Like it reacts to what it is that I'm watching because I want to have that very premium experience.
Yeah, and everybody's got a gigantic ass screen in their. The only thing they can't get at home that they have to go to theaters to get now is 3D. Really, some people have 3D TVs, but
I would say 3D.
Consumers didn't support the 3D thing for home TV, but the technology for the home TV, the 3D home televisions was A, really expensive, and B, stupid. It was like powered glasses, and it just wasn't.
Oh, I remember that.
It wasn't. Yeah. So
I think it's XD, which is a real XD experience where the chair moves and everything. That's one of the things, of course. 3D is another big space, and then the consumption aspect of it, where you can get food and different things. One difference though is that movies still often mastered for theaters, and the theater setup and equipment. I agree with this. Movies are still created for the theater experience, and it's not created the other way around, which I do appreciate. Sure. I think what happened too back then in the 80s, and you and I talked about this off stream, where movies would go to the theater. Then they would go to the discount theater, and then they would go to VHS. It would take a long time for you to get the physical media. We're removing the physical.
We don't even have the discount theater anymore.
No, I know. That sucks. It's just theater and then streaming. Now, what's happening is that a lot of theaters are asking for more consistency. According to a lot of representatives for people who own theaters, the shortening of the theatrical window to make more money on streaming rentals is hurting the theater industry at large. Advertising, the major problem that most theaters are complaining about is that advertising the streaming date with the release date in theaters is ultimately confusing consumers. For example, Wicked for Good came out. Huge event. People really were looking forward to that. As soon as it hit theaters, then underneath they would say, and then we'll come to streaming on Peacock, on whatever. So people would then see the release date in the theater, see the release date on streaming, and then we only get, since the closest window for the movie to streaming has been 17 days. So people are just like, fuck it. And so theaters are hurting for this reason. So I can understand theaters being like about it whenever it comes to Netflix being like, we want to buy Warner Brothers. Of course, I can understand from a theater business point of view why they're like a little scared.
Yeah. On the flip side, though, I mean, I would be scared too if I was a theater owner.
Yeah.
But whether that's a legitimate fear or whether it's just worrying the unknown, it remains to be seen. But I think it would do better if we got back to the way when we had streaming, it would release in theaters and you had no idea when it was coming to streaming. And it would leave theaters and it would leave now the reason it would do that is because it would leave theaters and then the owners of the film would start shopping around to the streaming services to get the best licensing that they could for the business side. And that would take time, to sign that. But now that all the studios have their own fucking streaming thing, they don't have to do that.
Yeah. And
so it happens much quicker. And I think they should pause that. I think the anticipation of waiting for that, man, we would go see a movie. Last one I can think of, like The Matrix. When the second one came out, we lined up for midnight releases, stood in line outside the theater because it's the only place you could see it. We'd see the movie and then we would wait and wait and wait. And then finally it would come out on DVD and we would line up again to buy the damn disc.
Yeah.
So they were getting, the hype train was building. Marketing has completely forgotten about the hype train.
I think the hard part too,
for money.
I think the hard part too is that we're seeing now more than ever the destruction of the third space, which is the third space more commonly known is the area that's not work and not home. It's the third place you go. Movie theaters for the longest time was a third space, and as you're describing, that secondary location or third location where you would go to get the hype train. It's where people can build community. You can be in line. You can be with like-minded people who are all looking for these things. It's a great way to engage with other people. And I think that with the elimination of this third space and the lowering of the marketing and the prioritizing of streaming is causing more and more people to stay at home, which is also removing that level of culture. I think it was so much more interesting when Star Wars and things like that were in theaters and people could build this hype about it. That's why it has such a big cultural stay now. But that's not happening anymore. So these movies are happening like flashes in a pan, and then we're like, on to the next thing, on to the next thing, on to the next thing.
So I also I have to wonder, I want to kind of amend what I said a second ago. I don't think that maybe marketing hasn't forgotten the benefit of the hype train like that and anticipation. Maybe it's piracy's fault. You know, they know if we don't get this shit to streaming quick so we can pick up that streaming revenue, fucking piracy's gonna have it. People are gonna watch it there and we're gonna lose revenue. So we need to get it out of the theaters into people's hands at home as quickly as possible to nullify the piracy aspect. Because I mean, that's huge. Yeah, I'd be willing to bet you more views are attained through piracy than there is through legitimate means.
That's
for
fair.
Some movies.
For some, what is it? Shy has a really good point here. He says, I feel like something that helps streaming is how safe it is for the consumer. You don't need to take a risk of spending a lot of money for one movie at a theater. Instead, you get to watch as many movies as you want for less money as a subscription. I think that's too. A very good point. That's a great fucking point.
That's the whole reason I have Xbox Game Pass. Is because I can play a shitload of games with no risk of, God damn, I spent $60 and this game sucks.
I know. Yeah, exactly. And that's the thing too, though, is that I think more companies are trying to churn out something fast enough in order for the short-term gain and just like, let's just get something. Let's get their idea. Let's get their attention. Let's go. And when that happens, they're putting more emphasis on the release date and less emphasis on telling a good fucking story. And at the end of the day, we all suffer. The people who are making it suffer and the people who consume it suffer.
I mean, it's kind of it's a symbiotic relationship. Part of it is our fault. It's viewers' fault because
we keep pressing.
I don't remember the stat, but I remember it was a very significant number of especially younger people consuming media, watching movies and shit, are doing it on their phones. They're sitting on their phones watching a movie at, in between classes or some shit. So they're not really involved in it. So they end up, that's why we end up with these movies that they don't make sense and nothing's really happening because they're making the movie going, people are just kind of passively paying attention anyway.
Which is
There's no
worse.
more captive audience.
No.
Yeah, there's no more captive audience. Like
Netflix has said their biggest competition for people who, it's not a streaming network. It's not movies. Netflix has come forward in an official statement and said their biggest competitor is sleep. That if people go to sleep, they lose their attention, which is its own like, holy shit, but they're not wrong. Some people at Netflix actively make movies for the second screen. I mean, there's that too. I honestly,
I think it's TikTok.
I think it's YouTube. YouTube has got the highest amount of content streaming out of any platform.
I think it's social media and TikTok. You especially now that people are transitioning more to home theaters and home viewing. They're sitting on their couch at home and they don't have to be told, put your fucking phone away.
That's true.
So they're sitting there surfing Facebook, live tweeting the goddamn movie they're watching instead of sitting back and watching the movie. So studios are losing people's attention, and it's partially because of all the competing forces for your attention, but it's also because they quit making good movies. If they made really good, captivating movies, you'd forget about your phone.
I mean, honestly, though,
to be like, I'm going to pick it up.
Well, and that's where
you'd be sitting there going, what's going to happen next?
That's where I see the Netflixification of movies now. Like, for example, let's say, like, because I watched it, K-pop Demon Hunters, I can use this as an example. That movie is all gas, no brakes. There is not a moment where they lull. It's go, 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 go. And they're doing that on purpose because they're trying to keep your attention. Here's the next plot, next plot, go, 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 go. They're trying really fast and really hard to get through it as fast as possible. Whereas if you say an older movie, for example, let's say RoboCop. RoboCop has a lot more pacing. It takes its time developing the world, developing the story, developing the characters. That doesn't exist anymore. The development and the slow burn of a movie is considered outdated, and that's insane to me.
Depending on the demographic they're going for.
I agree. Yes.
K-pop was made for a certain demographic that
Yes.
has a much lower attention span than, say, a 45-year-old. So I can watch movies that are slow burns.
No, yeah, we can.
My 10-year-old, no chance, man. So that does depend a lot on the demographic.
I agree with this as well. I think, like, for example, like I don't know, even like let's say the Frankenstein movie, that's a rated R movie. That's a higher age demographic. I would say have you seen it yet?
Yeah.
Okay. Thank goodness.
It's fucking brilliant.
It's so fucking good.
I had
We
no
haven't
doubt
talked
it would
about
be.
this.
I had no doubt it would be when Del Toro is given free reign and just do what you want.
Oh, the
dude comes out with he makes art.
He does.
And he's up there with Kubrick. He's making art. He's not making a movie. But when he's just like, I need to cash a paycheck, you get Pacific Rim.
Oh yeah. He even said that. Like I think he did interviews when he was like, because when he got the Hellboy contract, he was given the opportunity to then immediately go into Pacific Rim or to make something, more artistic. And that's when he chose to do Pan's Labyrinth. And ultimately, in the beginning, when they released that was a flop. That is now considered a cult classic. People fucking love that movie. But then right afterwards, he's like, all right, I need to make some fucking money. Made Pacific Rim.
That's actually a really good point. And that's that's something I think studios could learn from. Is they've long forgotten that just because a movie flops doesn't mean it's not profitable for them.
Yeah, in the long run, it could give more. Right.
Pan's Labyrinth, it's a gamble.
It is a gamble.
Studios are afraid. Studios aren't going to gamble anymore. That's the problem. With the way as expensive as movies have become, movies are not cheap anymore. You used to be able to make them for a couple $1 million. Those days are dead.
Oh my God, I know.
Long dead. I mean, you've got cameras that cost a couple $1 million.
Yeah. Yeah.
But they don't take the gamble anymore. And I think the gambles, they need to get back to taking that. And streaming helps them take that gamble.
Yeah.
Because the overhead involved of streaming a movie versus marketing and theatrically releasing
distribution
and all of that is expensive.
Yeah.
Streaming is much cheaper for the studio. So that's why I think, personally, Netflix takes more chances on original properties because there's less risk for them.
Shy makes a really good point here too, where he says Blumhouse specifically as that studio makes a really good model of budgets never really going over $50 million. And a lot of their fucking movies are hits. And
they're very, very
they're very open to original ideas.
Well, you can't compare them, quote, to like a Paramount or MGM because they're very specialized. They make a certain type of movie and that's what they do. And that's awesome, but that's why they're able to take
they're able to take those risks. But I think with the merger between Netflix and Warner Brothers, I think that does incentivize more creators to come forward with those riskier ideas. Because again, like, look at the fucking money there. Like, that fucking stock price, like we were talking earlier, is gonna go through the goddamn sky.
Eventually,
but still,
it's gonna be a slow climb. But I think it'll eventually. I think, like, bottom line, because I'm torn between it. Like, I agree with a lot of people going, "Oh shit, this is a terrible idea." But then at the same time, I'm like, there's silver linings.
There are.
I think it's bad from a financial standpoint for the consumer.
Oh yeah.
Without question, as soon as the deal closes, Netflix is raising their rates.
Oh, it's gonna be like $50 fucking dollars a month just to.
I can promise you rates are going to go up eventually. I don't think it'll skyrocket
right now, because what is it? I have it written down right now for standard no ads. It is about $17.99 a month, or you can pay $25 a month for premium Netflix. But I don't entirely know what that entails, so I won't go into that. But if this merger were to go through, I could see those prices doubling immediately.
I don't think not immediately. It'll go up in increments, $10 a year.
Oh.
I think it'll take 5 to 10 years for it to
That
get up
is
that
so
high.
rough, though.
I mean, that's where we've always been heading, whether this goes through or not. As the cost of production goes up, the cost of your subscription is going to go up.
Premium allows 4K
it's-
HDR streaming. That's what it is.
Nah.
Okay, I didn't know what premium did.
I think it's going to be bad for our wallets.
Oh,
but
absolutely.
I think it's going to be good for the content we consume.
I agree.
Again, it's free. It's open. Netflix is just like, do your thing, make us money.
I do think this is
it's going to attract more directors too, more of the A-listers. I mean, they've already brought in Scorsese and I'm gonna look at the list.
Thank you for the
There's
biddies,
several.
Maddie.
What's up, Maddie? I think it's going to attract more like A-list, the big time directors that are going to, I'll just go do it at Netflix. They'll let me do what I want. And Netflix started that with like comedy specials.
Yeah.
That was a big
honestly,
thing for a while. They would bring in the artists and be like, we'll give you the gear. We'll record it. Do your thing. Well, what can I say? Can I not say? Say whatever the fuck you want.
Yep. And I think that was a really good move on Netflix's part because they really do fund tiny itty bitty little comedians all the way to the fucking A-listers and the legends that are still alive.
And I do appreciate, I don't want to sound too much like I'm kissing Netflix's ass because I do think there are
criticisms. There's
a lot of negatives. But I'm trying to be an optimist, and optimistically speaking, I do also like that Netflix doesn't bow to controversy. Like, they get people pissed off at something that was put out. They don't be like, okay, we'll take it down. No,
like they don't really.
When that whole thing happened, and there was huge stink about it, and protests and cancellations and take it down. Netflix didn't cave, man. I respect that. That's art should be offensive sometimes.
I agree.
If you were offended, A, you should have been, and B, no one forced you to watch it.
No, there's that too. It's super ballsy.
I like that Netflix doesn't. They don't cave, and they support the artist.
So to answer Shy's question specifically, Paramount Essential is $7.99 a month, and then Paramount Premium is $12.99 a month. So they are cheaper, but again, they are the 5th most popular streaming platform.
They're also one of the newest. So
yes, they are. I would love to get your opinion on this specific comment from the co-CEO. Now, I know that you're familiar with the Oppenheimer movie and the Barbie movie. The Barbenheimer dual release on the same day was a profound cultural event where pretty much everybody was like, whoa, and wanted to do a double feature.
Financial event.
Oh, it was massive. Now, Ted Sarandos claims that the Barbenheimer event would have been at the same amount, if not larger, if it was a double release on streaming first.
I don't think so.
I think he's fucking insane. So. I think he's fucking insane for saying that.
I don't think so. I think the hype would have been quenched very quickly.
Oh, immediately. The thing was is that everybody wanted to dress up and make it an event. Yeah, it became a thing to do.
Yeah, it was a social event for sure. Especially more, I would say more on the Barbie than the Oppenheimer. Oppenheimer was just a really fucking good movie.
But I still thought it was so interesting, and I loved that people were immediately like debating on what do you watch first? Do you watch Oppenheimer and then you follow it by Barbie, or do you start with that? Made a huge discussion.
It's because Oppenheimer was a really good picture, and Barbie was a social event. Like they it took me a while to come to terms with that because people would talk about it. I'm like, those two aren't even the same fucking league.
No, they're not.
One is an amazing
One's Oscar
movie,
worthy.
The other is just a goofy,
and the other one's funny. It's just silly.
It's not it's
not a kids movie.
How are y'all talking about these in the same breath? But then I realized that the Barbie thing was a social thing. It was a social event. It brought people out of their homes. And the theater numbers were huge.
Now, Shy also brings up a really good point here. He says people love when two very different things happen on the same day. The same thing happened when Doom Eternal and Animal Crossing New Horizons released on the same day. People were immediately drawn to that. I was part of that hype. I was so excited to see these two silly little things that are totally different on the same day. I bought them both when they fucking released because I thought it was awesome.
Shy, you should be in here talking with us, buddy. you have some very good.
He's got some great points. Now, this merger that Netflix is offering with their current claim, this deal will not include the FCC or the Federal Communications Commission due to the fact that it is not something that's licensing for TV or movies specifically. This can, however, include the Justice Department, if any state, antitrust and anything like that, they can stop the merger. Now, with that being said, Paramount is very upset in this threesome that they're not fucking getting any attention right now. So Paramount decided to come forward with a hostile takeover bid of $108 billion, a full cash bid.
Did you in your research, did you look up what the highest amount ever paid to buy a company is? Like, that's gotta be up there.
It's gotta be. It would be an unprecedented amount of money.
Yeah. I remember when Disney bought Lucasfilm years and years ago, and I think that was like $4 billion. And people were like, holy shit, like that's a lot of money. And now we're talking $108 billion. That's gotta be one of the most expensive acquisitions. I have nothing to back that up. That's why I'm asking you. It feels like it's got to be up there.
Okay, so according to Wikipedia that I currently have up right now, I think the highest is 183 billion or 345.4 billion when adjusted for inflation, which is the 1999 takeover or management by Vodafone AirTouch acquiring another company.
180 what billion?
It would be 183 billion in 1999, but when adjusted for inflation would be 345.4 billion dollars.
Wow.
Like, that's fucking huge. So technically we're not even close.
What's second place?
Maybe this.
Yeah, because that seems like especially even in 1999, $180 billion in 1999 is an unfathomable amount of money. That's just crazy.
So according to Investopedia, which is a very good site if you're in business school, looking for some really interesting business information. But it was Vodafone's acquisition of Mansman AG, which was a British multinational telecom company. The second largest was America Online's acquisition of Time Warner for $165 billion.
That makes sense. Yeah.
And that was in 2000. Now, with that being said, $108 billion in 2025. This is a full cash offer by Paramount. Now, Paramount is owned by the Ellison family, which is one of the most powerful families in the world. They are Larry Ellison, who is a tech mogul that owns the company Oracle, which is a data collection and a data cloud sourcing family. They basically own all the data for literally everything. They do the back end of the internet. They're all cloud services. They do web hosting. That's kind of what they did to begin with. Yeah, you've never heard of them because they're quiet and they like to, and people who are rich don't make a lot of noise if they can help it, because then you start looking at them. Well, the Ellisons, with their hostile takeover bid, are currently trying to buy with full cash, meaning $30 per share, whereas Netflix is trying to buy for $27.75 per share. The Paramount backers are a private equity firm called Redbird Capital, $54 billion in debt commitments from Bank of America, Citi, and Apollo Global Management, and the Middle East financing with Saudi Arabia, Public Investment Fund, Abu Dhabi Limad Holding Company, Qatar Investment Authority, and Affinity Partners, which is owned by Jared Kushner, otherwise known as Donald Trump's son-in-law, are all backing the money to throw in Paramount's favor to buy Warner Brothers. Now, they don't want just Warner Brothers. They want it all, including all of their cable networks and the film and TV licensing.
I hate to say it, but I do believe Paramount might actually come out on top on this. I'm reading a thing
Money.
right now that
Money.
I'm reading a thing right now that they put 108 billion. Netflix is, I guarantee you, Netflix is going to raise their bid.
They have
But
to.
Paramount has already said that they're willing to raise theirs too.
Oh shit.
Beyond 108 billion. Ooh. Which I don't. Here's what I don't understand though. Warner Brothers isn't that big. Their stock price right now is $29. Netflix's stock price is like 97 right now. Yeah. So Netflix is a much bigger company than even Warner Brothers is.
Yeah.
Which blows my mind. It is. It blows my mind to
310 million users
for $30.
Dude, I know. There's 310 million users worldwide of Netflix. Paramount only has 79.1 million. Warner Brothers doesn't have a streaming service whatsoever. They just do licensing. So if Netflix were to get a hold of them, I think I agree. Shai has a really good point. For long term, I feel like being bought by Netflix would be better due to essentially being the number one streaming service and recognizability. Because wouldn't Warner Brothers still make money even after the buyout? The shareholders definitely would.
Oh yeah, the shareholders are going to make money.
I think in the long term, no matter what, the recognizability of Netflix, it's just the brand capital alone to grab Warner Brothers would ultimately lead to more profits in the long run overall.
Honestly, I feel like Netflix taking it would be less of a shakeup to the industry than if Paramount took it.
I agree with this.
If Paramount takes it, Paramount becomes the main competitor to Disney.
Yep.
It becomes Paramount versus Disney, and not just in the theater space, but in the streaming space as well. Mm-hmm. Netflix doesn't have a strong theater space, so if Netflix would dominate Disney Plus, mm-hmm. but Disney still has the general market, dominance, I think Paramount could give Disney a run for their money if they take on Warner Brothers Discovery, because then they take HBO, they take all of Warner Brothers properties. Mm-hmm. It becomes the Marvel DC competition will heat up dramatically.
Oh, extremely. Yeah. Now, Netflix has agreed to pay Warner Brothers a $5.8 billion if the deal is not approved by the government. Warner Brothers has also agreed to pay Netflix a $2.8 billion breakup fee if it decides to call off the deal and look at other options.
Drop in the bucket if they go to take Paramount.
Oh, exactly. Oh, yeah, exactly. It means fucking nothing. It means goddamn nothing. Yeah. Here's some chump change. Hi, honey. You said 108 billion?
Yep. Yeah. Here's your $2 billion. Fuck off.
Right? Yeah, exactly.
I mean, bottom line, it's not going to come down to what's best for us. It's going to come down to what's best for the shareholders.
Now, Netflix, Ted Sarandos said that this deal that Paramount immediately lobbed in the reaction to their announcement of the merger, they said it was entirely expected. Ted Sarandos has said he was extremely confident that Warner Brothers was still on their side.
I mean, this was not an out of the blue thing. Paramount and Netflix have been having a bidding war for Warner Brothers for like a week and a half before Warner Brothers accepted Netflix's offer.
BT Dub Comcast was also apparently part of this bidding war and was quickly outbid.
Yeah. I mean, Comcast probably wanted it because Warner's not doing great.
No.
I mean, the failure of Snyder's DCEU, the failure of that really hurt Warner Brothers.
The Flash was a huge flop.
And then of course this attempt to reboot Harry Potter that's not helping Warner Brothers at all.
This has been in the works though as well for like 5 years.
I don't think anybody wants that damn series, to be honest with you.
It's just a little volatile because especially too, every single time that there's any news that comes out about it, I'm just like, oh, so it's another rehashing of the exact same thing. Oh, we're using the exact same actors in a different situation. Oh, we're not changing anything in the script. Oh, we hired the same composer to do the same shit. We're not changing anything. What's the fucking point? Just watch the movies again. And everyone's like, oh, but they're gonna spend more time with like the characters and we're gonna get more like content. I'm like, read the books.
Do we need more? I
no.
mean, the movie stuck pretty well to the books.
They really did. I mean, yeah, I think there's a lot of people that are a little butthurt over the fact that there was so much cut out of the movies, but I mean, overall, the story is pretty fucking consistent.
Yeah, I know the main thing people bitch about with that is the race swapping of character. I don't give a shit.
I don't give a shit. Just make sure it's a good story.
My thing is why?
I agree. Good night, Foolish.
There's so much Night Foolish. There's so much lore in that universe. They could go into the well. They could make more Fantastic Beast movies.
Honestly, they could make more Fantastic Beast movies. They could go to the other schools. I mean, yeah, that too. They could go to the other schools. There's the French school. There's the American school. There, like, we could do other things in this universe. It's massive. Why do we need more Harry Potter?
Or this. I mean, if I were in charge of Warner Brothers and I told HBO to make it, the story I would have them tell is the first rise of Voldemort.
The first rise of Voldemort would be more interesting. I also understand
first rise to power.
I understand too, like Shy over here, he's saying I don't really find it to be good because it supports J.K. Rowling. I understand that J.K. Rowling is insane and a bit crazy, and I get it. But I ultimately
I think she's just hit don't give a fuck.
Yeah.
She's got enough money to not give a fuck.
Yeah, she's got too much money. Well, at the same time too, I think again this rehashes to the same point. We don't need more Harry Potter. We really don't.
We're gonna get it.
I know. Well, we're gonna get more Game of Thrones too. We're gonna get that Jon Snow series that they're talking about, which I'm like, why? We don't need this or more House of the Dragon.
If you're gonna do more Game of Thrones, go back and remake season 8.
Please,
just do that.
That would be nice.
Just go remake season 8.
I would be much happier with that if they were able to do that.
Yeah.
Oh my goodness.
I think as far as theaters go, I think we'll still have theaters. I think
Oh my goodness. Thank you for the raid. Hi, Maddie. All my little froggies. Yay.
Welcome in, Maddie and Raiders. Hello.
Welcome. Hi. We're discussing movies. In case you haven't known, this is a quick rundown of what's happening. Netflix is currently trying to buy Warner Brothers properties hello. Thank you so much for the resubscribe. I love you. Warner Brothers is currently being potentially bought for $82.7 billion by Netflix. Paramount got really upset in this threesome and is like, why aren't you including me with more of this attention? And said, I'm going to try and buy you for $108 billion. Now we are discussing the pros and cons. Oh my God. Thank you so much, All Night Dom, for the raid. You're amazing. Oh my God. Thank you for all the new friends. How are y'all?
Welcome in.
Welcome. We're discussing, this is Firechild Gaming for those of you who haven't seen him before. He's amazing,
TV.
Wonderful, incredible. He is
Firechild TV.
Firechild. Oh yeah, that's right. Firechild TV. I apologize. Forgot you changed your name.
Bye-bye.
Gaming,
Yeah,
bye-bye.
we're talking movies.
But yeah, Paramount got the cuck chair and they didn't like it, and they said I want in on the action, and then put in $108 billion on the table.
They bought him a coffee and lunch.
Do you need anything else? Condoms, it's fine.
Bought him $100 hooker and said, we got a deal.
I only got one, so you got to share.
Only got to pass her around. You only got an hour.
Oh my God. They put a petty 10 on the table and shrugged. They're like, hey, that's what we got.
You know what I could see Netflix doing with
First off, raising their fucking bid.
And well, that's gonna happen. But I mean more if they win. As far as like theatrical releases, because I know their CEOs, both of the CEOs are a little anti-theater. They are. Ted
Sarandos and the other one have been very obvious about that.
But it does feel like they're anti-theater, not because they actually believe that it should go away. I think it's more of they can't compete in the theater space. So they're going to they can't compete with theaters. No. So they're going to badmouth theaters. Yeah. Oh, well, theaters suck anyway. I don't want anything to do with it. But now if they get Warner Brothers, they'll be able to, I think what you'll see is you'll see them adopt you'll see them adopt a model similar to Amazon, where you have your streaming movies that are part of your subscription, but then movies that just came out of theaters, you got to pay to rent, so they'll be they're to broaden their revenue from that. You'll be able to, the new Lord of the Rings movie goes to theaters, but then maybe the new DC movie goes straight to streaming. You know, something like that.
I could see trade-offs.
I don't think it'll be a complete no more movie theaters. It'll be, they've still, if they got it, yeah, they could just be like, yeah, all the Warner Brothers stuff is going straight to streaming, but they're still not. Again, they won't be able to compete with Disney. They won't be able to compete with,
and like we've previously established,
NBC Universal.
We've also previously established that they are so desperate for that Oscar. Like, there's no way. There's no way they're gonna let go. It's like, I hate to pay rent. I'm already paying monthly subscription. Why is half of your catalog unavailable? That is also really fucking annoying. I agree with this. And then Shy has also a really good transition point that I do want to talk about. It's insane how film companies are throwing these prices, and yet gaming is still a bigger industry. Warner Brothers has a massive gaming catalog. Did you realize this? All of the Lego games, Shadow of Mordor, all of the Mortal Kombat, pretty much they own most of Capcom. Basically every single fucking thing that touches video gaming in a movie sense, Warner Brothers owns. So if Netflix gets a hold of the Warner Brothers properties, they also get a hold of the gaming properties as well. And that's fucking massive.
I think Netflix will sell the gaming division off.
Oh my God. Do you think so? I mean, yeah, they'd have to make some money back.
Yep. They don't. There's no way that they have $87 billion. A lot of that is coming through. When these deals happen with this amount of money, it's not as simple as, here, let me write you a check.
No.
That money is coming from multiple places over a period of a long time. So Netflix didn't just plop a suitcase with $87 billion in it and say, here. It's coming through various different channels. Well, and it's complicated.
I mean, that's the same thing that's going on with Paramount's offer, how they're getting, backing from Saudi Arabia and Qatar. Like, it's not just Netflix that's saying, hey, buddy, do me a solid. It's like a majority of investors. Because as well, because they want to get into the governance of this as well.
I think of it this way, and this might be a little too local Texas, but down here we had a convenience store chain, Stripes convenience stores, and it was the company had risen to the level. I worked for them for 5 years. They worked to a level of being a Fortune 500 company, so it was a big company. And Stripes was under Susser Holdings. Susser Holdings also owned a wholesale fuel and oil division where they sold gas and oil. Sunoco, which everybody's heard of Sunoco, they're all over the nation.
I know.
They wanted the oil. They wanted the oil and the gas division. They didn't want the whole ball, but they couldn't get just that because Susser Holdings was not willing to tear the company apart.
Right.
So it was take them all or take nothing. And so Sunoco bought all of them within 2 years. They sold the convenience store retail to 7-Eleven, even though that Stripes was the most profitable part of Susser Holdings by far. They still sold it off because Sunoco is a gas company. That's where they specialize. Netflix is a video company. That's where they specialize. That's why I think they'd sell off. Even though it's a profitable market, I think they would sell off the game division.
It's massively profitable.
Because Netflix wants that. They want that cinema IP. They want those movies.
Now, Netflix
if they have to buy the games to get it, they'll buy the games to get it, and then within 2 to 5 years, they'll sell it off. It won't be overnight, but within a few years, they'll sell off the gaming.
Now, I will say,
betcha.
Netflix,
but hold on to the rights for movie to make
of course they're gonna hold on to the movie rights.
Now, hold on to the movie rights.
Netflix's video gaming journey has begun in 2017, where they were creating mobile tie-ins of first for Stranger Things and other interactive films. Like, I don't know if you remember this, but there was oh God, was it called Bandersnatch? Oh my God. It was that I think it was Black Mirror, and it was the Bandersnatch where it was completely interactive with the phone. That was their first iteration of gaming. And then they got some studio acquisitions where they bought things like Night School, Next Games, Boss Fight, where they were trying to build more internal capability for gaming with Netflix. And then moving forward, again, they're still mobile focused, but they do have AAA ambitions as stated by their licensing that and party games they have been going forth. If they get the Warner Brothers acquisition, this could prime them for more AAA title releases like they've wanted to do but haven't been able to fully delve into. By getting the gaming studios that Warner Brothers already owns, I think this would also prime them to enter the gaming space as well.
on the bright side, and the question you'd have to ask then is, do they take their same mentality that they have with movie production, give you the money, you do your thing, and sit back? Do they do the same thing with the gaming division? Do they give these developers the money, keep their nose out of it, and let the artist make the art? If they do that, we may be primed to see some really good fucking games coming out if we start letting the artist do the art.
Yeah.
And let get the suits out of the damn way. And Netflix seems willing to. I mean, they do that with movies all the time. If they do that with games too, shit, I might be a little more excited now. We might get some good games out of
finally
AAA studios all of a sudden.
I mean, I think that alone does make way for a very interesting shakeup for video games alone. I think, especially too, like, we're on Twitch, we're gamers, we've been playing video games. That's kind of how this whole thing started in the first place. I think if they're able, because just to keep in mind what games that Warner Brothers owns. They own the entire Batman Arkham series. They own the Mortal Kombat series. They own Hogwarts Legacy. They own all the Lego series, both Lego Batman, Lego Indiana Jones, Lego Star Wars. They own them all. They own them all, baby. So it really could see a renaissance of these movie-based games again for the first time in God knows how long. Shadow of Mordor was one of the biggest Lord of the Rings games ever. Now, they kind of did some weird fuck shit, like copywriting certain, you know.
That's not a high bar though, because most of those games are terrible.
Well, I mean, I would argue like the Arkham series is pretty fucking good.
No, I mean the Lord of the Rings games. You said it was the best Lord of the Rings game, and I'm just saying that most of the Lord of the Rings games
You're right.
are
You're right.
Yeah, I'm just saying it's not a high bar for that.
What is it? I don't know about Suicide. Yeah, Suicide Squad killed the Justice League, and even Mortal Kombat 1 seemed to be as letdowns. I would say if you get, but that's the other thing too. Like, so the games that have been letdowns from Warner Brothers, because they have the suits involved as well. If Netflix, like you're saying, goes with the model of let the artist do the art, maybe we can finally get a good fucking interesting aspect to these games that have been letdowns.
I think the Justice League one, the problem with that one is that they had painted themselves in a corner. It was a continuation. It was supposed to be a continuation of, you know, the Arkham games, but the Arkham games had a beginning, middle, and end. They were done. And so they tried again with Batman Origins. I think so, yeah. That was after the third one, right?
Yep.
I think, and that one wasn't as good. It didn't have the Joker in it. And then they're trying to keep that series alive, and the story is told. Yeah. And, you know, we've seen the story. We've seen it end. That's like Matrix 4. Matrix 4 was terrible, partially because the Wachowskis were trying to kill it. I think they intentionally made that movie shit. But even if they tried to make a good movie, I don't think they were going to succeed, because we saw how Neo ends. We've seen the ending.
We've seen the end.
It's not, there's no opening.
That gets into the conversation about the Disneyfication of movies, where there's constantly sequels or remakes, or, you know, trying to
leave that.
Yeah, it's just one of those cash-ins.
American Hollywood has always done that. One of the ones that comes to mind is The Descent. Have you ever seen
yes. We have talked about this so many times. I love it.
The Descent's a British film. Have you seen the original British version?
It's so much better. It's so much darker. It's so much more bleak. It actually has a reason.
Most importantly, what does it do? It eliminates the chance of a sequel.
It does.
It's an ending. It is a hard ending.
It's
story
a beginning, middle, and end.
When it came to America, they told the American studios, look, you got to change the ending so we have room for a sequel.
I know.
We gotta have a sequel. And they made a sequel, and it was awful.
I like when movies have a definitive end. I don't want a franchise of every single fucking movie that ever existed. I don't want that.
It depends on the movie. Like, there's some movies where it's like, I want more.
I could see, like, for example, again, just to bring up Netflix's like most current, like, major success. Frankenstein did a very good job of a self-contained story. There is no reason to add a sequel to this. There's no reason to go further than this.
I wouldn't want more of that.
I wouldn't want more of that. But, for example, again, using Netflix's major successes as an example, K-pop Demon Hunters for kids, that could have more. That is a well-established story with a really good world building. We could see more of that, and I wouldn't be upset by that. God, it's just, I don't want, like, for example, like how Star Wars. Let's use Star Wars as a great example.
Oh Lord. Are we counting Disney in this?
Yes, because Disneyfication of this is what we're talking about. Oh my God, what's up, Dancing Queen?
We were all so hopeful when that was announced. When
Oh
Disney was
my
like, we're buying
God.
Lucasfilm. We were like, yay, more Star Wars. And now we're like, God damn it, more
Now
Star
we're like,
Wars.
fuck, more Star Wars. Oh
Well,
my God.
I remember everybody being so excited when George sold it. And everybody was like, we can't wait. And then now it's just like, oh, what? God damn it, we got what we wished for.
I know. Well, yeah, it's a monkey's paw wish. Also, Shy, that's a really good point. In terms of Marvel games, Marvel games are fucking wiping the floor with DC games. Marvel Rivals is one of the biggest fucking games right now. It's such a good game. Oh my.
Honestly, I would, if you wanted to get into comics, I would argue that goes all the way back to the comic books, and that Marvel has better comic books. Aside from a select few.
Oh my God.
I could name you 5 Marvel comics that are better than Superman.
Go on.
Superman's
Go on.
boring. I mean, pick one. Pick any 5. Superman's boring. Superman is boring.
Oh my God. Now, I have been an
stand by
anti.
that. Crucify me, internet. I'm standing by that. Fuck Superman.
I've been an anti-Superman hater for a long time, just because it's one of I've always viewed Superman as the kid on the playground who said, I have all the powers, you can't fight me. That's where I've always had my issue with Superman. I think the most recent Superman movie did a really good job of showing that Superman's superpower is not that he's strong, but that he is human and he understands the plight of humanity, and that's why he feels like he has to do something. I think that has done a better job. His empathy is a superpower.
Yeah, I agree.
I think that did a really good job. But like the comics.
Here's where DC falls flat. And you know, crucify me. Crucify everyone. Here's where Marvel is better than DC. Leaving aside Batman. Batman's the only one that doesn't fit this mold.
Okay.
Marvel has better villains.
Oh yeah, okay.
Leaving Batman out. Batman is the exception to the rule.
Batman's got the best rogues gallery. He has the best rogues gallery out of anyone.
And Batman is let's face it, a shitty hero. He is not a superhero. He has no powers except for the power of green.
Power of green and time, baby. Batman can beat anyone with fucking prep time.
And he's a good detective. That's the extent of Batman. What makes Batman amazing is the villains. And I'd say that's true for any of them. That's why Superman bores me. Lex Luthor is fucking boring.
Man, Lex Luthor is super fucking predictable. Well, also every goddamn super movie we've ever had deals with Luthor because he's the only fucking good one.
Superman, the only good Superman villain that they have is Zod.
Zod is good. I like Zod.
They've pounded Zod to death.
Well,
in the comics, in the movies, in the cartoons, it's just
because he's the only one who can give Superman a genuine fight, a genuine struggle.
I mean, Marvel, you've got all the iconic ones. You know, you've got Superman and Batman on DC.
Yeah.
But the other real icons, you know, Iron Man wasn't really an icon until the movies came out.
That's fair.
You know, you've got
doesn't matter, Shy. It's the same either way.
Power of green or greed. Yeah, it's the same thing.
It is the same. Okay, but on Marvel's side, like even just looking at the villains, Kang is huge. Mm-hmm. Thanos is huge. Mm-hmm. Galactus is a massive fucking threat. Oh my God. And then you can get into the Marvel zombies of it all. You can even get into like even the side villain characters. Namor is even really big and interesting when it comes to Wakanda. Damn. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I'm speaking more comics than MCU, but yeah, the villains are more compelling. They're more compelling.
They have more complexity.
Again, aside from Batman, because Batman's the fucking Joker is the pinnacle of comic book villains. He's charismatic. He's engaging. You want to learn more about him. Yeah, he dominates the screen or the page, whether you're reading or watching a movie.
I
But that's
literally
Batman.
have the Killing Joke right here on my background.
Yeah. Name me a compelling villain from Green Lantern.
Other than Sinestro. I can't. I literally can't. Was it Marvel? And was it Shy has a great point. Marvel does well at making the hero go through real threats, genuine threats. Fucking oh my god!
Yes.
Even the Fantastic Four, for example, Fantastic Four with Victor Von Doom. Von Doom is an awesome villain.
Yes.
Oh, he's terrifying every time he's on. Magneto is a horrifying villain with everything, his concepts and the way that he goes about with his influence. He is charismatic. He is a good orator, as well as being scary.
Depth. And they have depth. Marvel was really good at giving their characters depth.
Yep.
Whereas DC was more, but DC again was more kind of, they're older than Marvel, right? Considerably older than Marvel. Aren't they?
Let me fact check you real quick. You keep talking.
Wouldn't Superman in the 30s? When did Marvel come out?
DC was established in July 16th. Oh, not Washington, D.C., you motherfucker. Man, I didn't know that Washington, D.C. was established in 1970s. Okay, DC Comics were established in 1934.
Yeah.
And Marvel Comics
was established in
1939.
39, really?
Yeah.
Wow, they go back.
That's closer than I thought.
Yeah. But I mean, DC kind of took the surface level because they always kind of saw it as they were making books for kids.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean,
that's why Superman until later in DC's timeline was very kid friendly.
Yeah.
It was a very kid friendly comic. Marvel got a little edgier, and then of course now they've all gotten edgier. But like I've always said, it's the villain. It's the villain that makes the comic book. It's the villain that makes the movie. It's not the hero. And a perfect example is my favorite Marvel character is Ghost Rider.
Yes.
I was a huge Ghost Rider fan as a kid, and I always said it wouldn't work as a movie because the villains suck. He's terrible villains.
Yeah.
Like you can't even really name more than the devil.
Yeah. I mean, spoilers, but yeah, the devil is kind of like his only big bad.
And of course Nick Cage didn't help much, but
like I'm saying, like even
not good villains.
I'm trying to think of like DC movies that I really enjoyed. Like for example, I really liked Constantine. I loved Constantine.
Constantine is
it's good. It's a fucking good DC property.
Not good villains.
But it's not good villains. Villains are God and the devil. Like those are his villains. Like you paint yourself in a fucking corner with these like concepts.
Yeah, he doesn't have. He's yin. There's no yang.
No,
it's yin with no yang. There's no polar opposite. Yeah, he's got God and the devil, but he's not on an equal plane with either one of those.
No, because he's a fucking reject.
Yeah. Whereas Batman and the Joker, they're polar opposites. They're exact opposites.
But they're
black
exactly the same level. They're both just a man. That's exactly what it is.
They're the same character, just on completely opposite ends of the spectrum.
They both had, I think the Joker thesis of it just takes one bad day is the exact conversation that also applies to Batman, because it just took one bad day and they just went pew in different directions.
Yeah. It's crazy that DC was able to create such amazing villains. Joker, Penguin, freaking Bane. Yeah. All these amazing villains, Poison Ivy, Catwoman. And then the rest of their properties, they're just like, just throwing God and the devil.
Yeah, right. There's like hardly an effort here. There's hardly an effort.
Put all our eggs in one basket.
And that's why I think I can even see like the fatigue on Joker, which I get. Like, listen, we've got a fuck ton of Joker, so much Joker, where I can see where people want to go deeper. I can see also people going like, I want to see the Court of Owls like storyline. I want to see the Long Halloween storyline. I want to see, because Batman has good fucking stories. His rogues gallery is so goddamn. Joker 2, the musical. We don't need more Joker.
Joker 2, Electric Boogaloo.
You didn't like the Joker movie?
The Joaquin Phoenix one?
Yeah.
No, I didn't.
It's not.
And I don't
that
think
great.
anybody liked the second one.
I didn't even watch it. I did not even fucking watch it. Penguin, he was my
I
fave.
forced. Yeah, I didn't. No, I didn't like it. It didn't. There was no story.
No, there was nothing. There was nothing. There was no reason to make this.
It's just let's watch him descend into madness.
I honestly would even be so okay if we did like a full Scarecrow. Like I know Christopher Nolan did Scarecrow. I want more Scarecrow. Scarecrow is horrifying to me.
I liked Nolan's take on Scarecrow.
I liked Nolan's take on Scarecrow. I like Cillian Murphy as Scarecrow.
I liked his angle with the whole trilogy except the third one. The third one I didn't.
The third one exists. It's not good. It's not good. It's not.
I mean, but that's. I know. I'm about to piss some people off.
Do it.
Star Wars has the same problem. Jedi sucks.
Yes. You're not wrong. People were calling the people were calling the sequel to the Joker film with Gaga an anti-film. Like it was made to be hated the same way the original didn't make a single joke.
Well,
I think that's
succeeded. It was not good.
I feel as though that's a reach because I know like the director even came out and said, yeah, it's supposed to be bad on purpose. And I'm just like,
yeah. After the reviews came out saying it was bad, oddly enough,
that's
he wasn't saying that shit. He wasn't saying that shit before
in
it got
the lead
reviewed.
up. The marketing for it didn't say that.
He wasn't saying, look, just so you guys know, I made it bad intentionally. No, he waited until people were like, this is dog shit. And he's like, I meant to do that.
You just don't get me, Mom.
The dude, the second one, I forced myself to watch it, and it's so pretentious. It's so pretentious.
I love Hollywood
so
movies.
Seriously.
I love Hollywood movies so much. Like even the silver screen age when it was like big dance numbers and large like choreographed pieces or Fred Astaire and all that stuff. Like Tommy Wiseau did that with The Room when it first aired. Yeah, it was supposed to be bad. Oh, hi, Mark. I've never seen that movie. Maddie has seen it 3 times, I think. I don't want to watch it. I'm not going to make that man watch it either.
That is such a movie you have to watch with people. It makes it so, it's like Napoleon Dynamite. You have to watch it with people.
Oh, darling.
I fucking hate Napoleon Dynamite.
Do you really? Okay, I've never seen him of Napoleon Dynamite either.
I fucking hate it. It's fun to watch with a group of people because you get to riff on it. But the first time I watched it was alone, and I was just like, I hate that movie.
Listen, the early 2000s were such a blur to me when it comes to films because, like, okay, for example, this movie came out in 2004. Guess what? I was 9 years old. Damn fucking right, I wasn't watching Napoleon Dynamite as a child.
Graduated film school.
We are 15 years apart, motherfucker. Worst one is Justice League with the guy who sent coworkers dead animals and used condoms. What happened? Heath Ledger as Joker. Who's the best Joker in your opinion?
That's an impossible question to answer. They're so different.
That's true.
They're different characters.
Who do you prefer to watch? If you're gonna throw up a movie and you're like, all right, I want to watch a Joker movie, what are you gonna watch?
That's not one I can.
It's not an easy answer.
They're not the same Joker. They're not completely different characters. Like I feel like if Heath had tried to do Nicholson's Joker, Nicholson was the better Joker, but he didn't try to do Nicholson's Joker. He did his own Joker, and it was fucking phenomenal.
I love Nicholson's Joker.
I can just requote Kevin Smith that The Dark Knight is the Godfather 2 of comic book movies. It's fucking perfect.
Yeah.
It's a great movie.
It is.
And Heath is a big part of it. Heath is probably, at the time, it'll phase back and forth, but he's definitely, I would say, tied with Nicholson because they're such different characters. And then you get into the cartoon and you get into Mark Hamill doing the goddamn voice.
Oh my God.
So it's like Hamill is the best Joker voice.
Hamill is my childhood Joker. Like I grew up with him as Joker.
Yeah. When Hamill passes away, they need to stop doing Batman cartoons because he's the Joker. In the cartoons. That's the voice. No one can do that voice. And it's weird that
it's
Hamill's going
perfect.
to be remembered as Luke Skywalker because I'm going to remember him as the Joker.
Oh yeah. Oh, absolutely. Absolutely. What is it? Maddie has a story about Napoleon Dynamite. He says, when we were in the 6th grade, the teacher found out the R word was going to be used and informed us of that. We were all kind of worried because Matthew, the only autistic child in the whole room, was totally down. We get to the part, Napoleon yells, "You guys are it!" And Matthew laughs the hardest, and before we all followed suit. That's great. I think the Joker is probably one of the most easily writable characters in all of history. Now, and the reason I say that is because you can let your imagination go to one of the darkest places, the funniest places, the silliest places. He is so flexible as a character. Like just looking at the actors who've portrayed him, like Cesar Romano, or excuse me, what is his name? Cesar what? Oh God, the original one with Adam West.
Dude, I could have told you if you hadn't asked me.
Fuck.
Also, side note, how the fuck did we get on comic books? We're talking about Netflix.
Well, we were talking about Netflix, and then we talked about them possibly owning the video games, and then we started talking about the video games comics, and then now we're here.
Okay. I'm with you. That escalated quickly.
Well, I think comics are really good. I mean, this is going to still affect Netflix. Like, if Netflix gets a hold of this merger, they will get a hold of DC Comics. DC, in your opinion, how has DC been handling the last 5 years?
It's been fucking awful. And I will go out on a limb and say that this reboot that they're doing now with James Gunn is not off to a great start.
You think not? You don't like the new Superman?
I don't dislike it. I think it's a step in the right direction. I just don't think it's a big enough step in the right direction.
It
didn't blow me away. It was better.
Yeah.
I didn't like Superman.
Okay, what about Superman did you not like?
The actor, not the character. The actor. He didn't give me Superman vibes.
I think he did this is where I get into the conversation in the same vein as Batman, because I think there's really, like, Michael Keaton is a fantastic Bruce Wayne. He's a fantastic Batman.
If you had asked me,
I could say he's a better Bruce Wayne than he is a Batman.
I'd go the other way. I'd go the other way.
Dude, he's fucking crazy as Bruce Wayne. Bruce Wayne's insane.
I would say Keaton is a better Batman than he is a Bruce Wayne, and I would say that Val Kilmer is a better Bruce Wayne than he was a Batman.
Oh, okay. No. I agree with this entirely.
And I would say that Clooney was cashing a paycheck.
Dude, Clooney was so casting a paycheck. Was it? No.
But I still. I have a very unpopular opinion with Batman and Robin. I loved it.
I did too. I grew up with that movie. I grew up with that movie as a kid. I loved that movie as a kid. I got to be an adult and then watched it again. I was like, why do all of these suits have nipples? Why is there so many butt shots as they turn around? Why?
I loved it because Arnold was the only one in the entire production.
He was giving an Oscar.
He was the only one, including the fucking writers, that took it seriously.
He took it so seriously, and it was so funny. What killed the dinosaurs? The Ice Age.
The extras in the background weren't taking it as seriously as Arnold was. And for that reason and that reason alone, I love that movie.
It's so good. It's so fucking good.
Just to watch Arnold just give 110% while everybody else is phoning it in.
Oh my God.
It's hilarious.
It's so good though. I love it. I loved it so much. I loved it as a kid. Now, you didn't like David Cornsweet as Superman, or you didn't like Henry Cavill as Superman?
I liked Henry Cavill better than David.
David Cornsweet, I think, gave us a really good Clark. I think he's a good Clark.
He was a good Clark. And I noticed he did, James Gunn had him do the thing that, he didn't do it as well, but he kind of did the thing that Chris Reeve did. The thing that made Chris Reeve, the moment in all of like seeing Chris Reeve movies that made me go, this guy's a fucking good actor, is when Lois Lane figures out that he's Superman. And he's standing there as Clark Kent, and she takes the glasses off, and he's still Clark Kent. And then when he finally gives up and he's like, she realizes it, he just does this very subtle change of posture. And it's like, he's Superman.
That's Superman.
fucking amazing. They did that in this James Gunn movie. There was a bit where he didn't do it as well, but he did pretty good with it. And I was like, I like that. I like that. Little subtle things is all it takes to change that character. It was fucking great. But I didn't like him as Superman. I didn't buy him as I didn't buy it.
I think
he didn't have, and I did not like that it's, oh, who's the villain? Oh, it's fucking Lex again.
It's always Lex. It's always gonna be Lex.
Yeah.
Just accept it. It's Lex.
I mean, we've had a couple of Batman movies without the Joker.
That's true.
And they were great. I mean, Batman Begins didn't have the Joker.
That's true. I think we need to build up to the Joker. I did
Superman
like Nicholas Hoult as this Lex though. I thought he was fucking crazy. Yeah, I mean, I thought he was great. He was so fun.
He was a good Lex. I liked Kevin Spacey as Lex.
No, ooh.
That's an unpopular opinion, I know, but I like Kevin Spacey as Lex. Superman Returns with Brandon Routh.
Oh my god, who am I thinking of? Gene Hackman as Lex.
Gene Hackman is great as anybody.
So good. I remember growing up with that in head. That was my Lex Luthor was Gene Hackman, and then the voice actor for Justice League, that Lex Luthor was also like, this is fucking Lex Luthor to me.
What is with DC and just rich white dudes?
It's the only thing they can think of.
Rich white dude in a mask as a bat. Okay, cool. Who's going to be the villain in Superman? Rich white dude with no hair.
The most evil of us all. Maddie, we're going to keep an eye on you.
Lex
if you get a lot of money, I'm going to be concerned.
Lex is just who Bruce Wayne would have been if his parents hadn't died.
I mean, whoa, that's a take. Yeah. Whoa. I love this take. With that being said, do you want to entertain chat for like 10 seconds while I go to the restroom? Because I've drank this whole bottle.
Should I do like a song and dance? Ba-ba-ba-bum-bum-bum. Fuck Superman.
Oh my god. I will be right back. Chat, y'all be nice to him.
Chat, so how many of the things that I've said tonight am I going to get crucified for? Give me a number. How dead am I? I'm trying to get chat to update here because I have to do it on my phone because for some reason Twitch isn't loading on my PC. But yeah, I mean, back on the topic at hand, here's what I see happening with Netflix. You're going to pay more, but you're also going to get more. So there's that. Rant to me about George Lucas. George is a goddamn genius, dude. I will stand by him even on the prequels because he didn't make the prequels for us. He made them for the kids of the late 90s. And I love, since you want me to rant on George, I love George's comment of why he sold to Disney. He was like, you guys keep yelling at me all the time. Why would I bother making more of these movies? Like, he was so done. Oh, George is I mean, I know people shit on George and the big thing that they say as far as like art goes is, oh, he never won an Oscar. Peter Jackson won an Oscar. It's like, yeah, well, Kubrick didn't win an Oscar either. And if you wanted to get into the fight over which trilogy is the trilogy, you know, Lord of the Rings or Star Wars, I'm team Star Wars all the way. There's only one return and it's not of the king, it's of the Jedi. That said, Return of the Jedi sucked. Whole definition of value is what you pay versus what you get. That's true. So it depends how much more content we get and how much more it costs. Yeah, absolutely. And I think we'll see Netflix continue with theatrical releases. Netflix likes money. I mean, who doesn't? But Netflix is I think we're going to get better content, man. But I have a feeling Paramount might be stealing this, and then we're left with she left me. Hi, Michaela. She had to go take a piss. That's the not so I guess gentle way of putting it. She had to go to the bathroom. She had to take a piss. She'll be right back, and then I'm gonna get off because I need to go to bed. I only planned to be on with you guys for 30 minutes, and here we are at like what, an hour and a half. So piss. So yeah, Michaela, your stream was great earlier, by the way. I just wanted to say that. Like, that was a really fun stream. That was a lot of fun. Chat was going crazy. Yeah, just coming in, we talked about a lot. We were only going to talk about the Netflix deal with Warner Brothers, but then it went into gaming, and then it went into comic books, and then we went on a kind of a weird little tangent there. So let me ask you guys, how would you feel if, let's say Netflix takes it. Netflix gets Warner Brothers Discovery, and the first thing they do is say no more theatrical releases. Every movie, or they do like they're doing with the end of Stranger Things. Let's say that. Let's say they do with their theatrical movie, with their Warner Brothers movies, what they're doing with the last episode of Stranger Things. It's going to be in theaters and on streaming at the same time. Where would you watch it? Say it's a movie that you're really hyped about. Like you're really excited about it. Like for example, me right now, I'm really excited for Project Hail Mary. But let's say it comes out on Netflix, and what would you do? Would you go to the theaters, or would you sit at home and watch it on Netflix? Theaters?
I'm back.
Yeah.
Is he talking shit?
I am not talking shit. I'm entertaining, and I'm asking a question. Would if say a big movie, a big Warner Brothers property is now owned by Netflix, and Netflix decides something you're super hyped about, like it's a movie that you're like, oh, I cannot wait to see this, and it comes out in theaters and on Netflix in the same day, like they're doing with the Stranger Things finale. Where would you go see it?
That depends.
On?
It depends on if I have a group of people that I want to go see it with.
So it would have to be a social occasion.
It would be a
for you.
social occasion.
The movie would have to be something that lends itself to being a social event, like Barbie versus Oppenheimer.
Yeah, exactly. Or
So-
like for some of the people
so
that I
if it
know in
was-
this chat, for example, Wicked, that would be a social event. We would all dress up and go see Wicked.
Right. So if it was Oppenheimer, you would watch it at home on Netflix. It's not a social event.
No. No, that's more of like I want to sit and really digest this movie because it's going to take the time and I want to really, really dedicate that time to it, which I think is, yes, I could do that in a theater. My immediate thought is Maddie here? Because my thought would be, can I just go watch this movie with him?
Mhm.
I need to go see Iron Lung. I want my fucking tickets. I need to go get them. They're showing them. I can't say where, but yes.
They're there. Over yonder.
I think I would be more inclined. Like recently, for example, the Frankenstein movie came out. Me and my girls, we had a sleepover, and it was like 8 or 9 of us, and we all sat and watched the Frankenstein movie. I thought that was super fun, but I think that would have been a whole lot more fun if we went to the theater.
Frankenstein's one that I could say would benefit from it. Like to me, I would go see a movie in the theaters if I felt like it benefited from being seen in a theater. You know, like big spectacle and explosions and big, lots of big things happening. If it's like a drama, I'll wait.
I'll wait.
It's
I'll wait.
it's like if it's a drama or like a mystery movie or something like that, I'll wait. If it's science fiction, I'll usually tend to go because it's much more grand.
Yeah.
On these enormous,
Big
these
scale,
enormous screens.
big movie, big grand explosions or whatnot. I agree. Shy is
And
like, I have
not just
sensitive
that.
ears, so they're a bit too loud. So I can understand that being a fair point for people who have like sensitivity issues. You and I not being one of those people. I want the loud shit.
I mean, I'm an aging metalhead. I'm half deaf as it is.
Yeah. I don't know. I think there are benefits to streaming, of course. For me personally, because again, my boyfriend is in Canada, so we can watch movies together on streaming. Like
I will say, yeah, for sure. I will say this, that if the internet naysayers and the doom and gloomers turn out to be right, and Netflix gets Warner Brothers and it's the end of theaters, the theaters are done. Nobody goes to theaters anymore. It's dead. It's all streaming now. If that were to happen, which I do not think is remotely likely. I think theaters have at least a decade's more life in them. They're gonna die eventually.
I mean, yeah.
It's going to happen.
It's one of those eventuals.
But it's years away. But let's say that it did happen overnight. I would be sad.
I'd be sad.
But I wouldn't be nearly as sad as I would have been in the late 90s.
Oh,
when I'm sitting at home with my 16-inch fucking 4:3 aspect ratio.
That would suck.
Big box I would be very sad for theaters.
Yeah.
Now less so, because now it's like,
you got a home theater.
I got a theater at home.
Exactly. Exactly.
Like I can watch it at home. And if I got to go pee, I don't have to miss any of the movie. There's a pause button.
That's something Dancing Queen was actually talking about, that they're able to, like, you know, they can enjoy movies with their pets. They can get comfortable. They can pause anytime they like. I think those are all really good benefits of a movie. Yes. The question isn't, is Netflix buying it bad? The question is Netflix buying worse than Paramount buying? And I think no. I think Paramount buying it would be significantly worse for a multitude of reasons. I think if Paramount gets it, like you were talking about, it would be the major competition between Paramount versus Disney in a way, to the likes we've never fucking seen.
Also consider this, I bet a lot of people in chat right now don't have subscriptions to Paramount Plus.
Nope. 79.1 million global users is what Paramount Plus has.
If Paramount takes Warner Brothers and all these really big franchises start going there, now you got to sign up for another goddamn streaming service to see the content that you really want to see. If Netflix takes it, I'd be willing to bet you everybody in chat has a Netflix account.
Netflix has 310.1 million users globally. Yeah. They absolutely have it. Oh my God, it's another raid. Oh my God, Sticks, thank you so much for raiding. I hope you had a magical time.
Hey,
we are discussing movies. We are discussing the Netflix and Warner Brothers merger. If you guys have a favorite Christmas movie, could you please put it in the chat? I hope you had a magnificent stream, Sticks. Very nice to see you. So good to see you, Raiders.
Yeah, I think it'd have maybe even financially less of an impact on us if Netflix took it, because we wouldn't have to run out. We don't have to get another streaming service.
Yeah.
We've already got it. Yeah, the price will go up a little bit, but the price won't go up equivalent to what it would have cost you to get another goddamn streaming service.
Favorite Christmas movie? Die Hard.
in fact, we would have less streaming services if Netflix took it, because HBO Max would go away. That's
true. That would actually consolidate into that would consolidate. I know that a lot of writers and directors, even the Writers Guild of America, is like, yo, this is gonna consolidate a lot of the competitors. I think this is antitrust, blah blah blah. I can understand. What is it? I think David Ellison has a quote, who is the CEO of Paramount. His whole thing is that if Netflix were to get it, they think that it would be the number 1 streaming service and the number 3 streaming service combining, making it one of the most powerful streaming services in the world. Whereas if Paramount gets it, they're like, hey, we're like small potatoes. Don't bother us. We just are itty bitty and are gonna get this little thing. I'm like, no, you're still big. You're still hot potato. It's still gonna be good. A really, really big merger. Regardless, Warner Brothers properties going to anyone is going to challenge the antitrust laws.
True. Yeah. I mean, it's going to happen, but it's going to go through. Whoever gets it, it's going to go through.
But Stig's Paramount counter bidding is which I hate. I agree. The counter hostile takeover bid of $108 is massive.
I mean, not so much though, because this wasn't Paramount didn't jump in out of the blue.
They were part of the bidding.
They're doing what? Paramount and Netflix have been going back and forth with bidding for a week and a half, and then Netflix was like 80, and then Paramount was like, fuck it, 108. So this is the culmination of an ongoing thing. This isn't Paramount trying to jump in at the 0 hour to squash it. It's just they're using the nuclear option. It's something it's a bidding war that's been going on. Paramount is losing, and so they went with the nuclear option.
Now,
if Paramount had jumped in just out of nowhere, then it would have been like, what the fuck, dude?
We could, and then Shai has a good point here. We get the plot twist that Warner Brothers decides not to sell altogether.
No, I don't think that's going to happen.
I don't think so either, because Warner Brothers is dying. They need
Warner
the
Brothers
money.
Has to pay. Then they have to pay over $2 billion to Netflix,
and then not get any of that money back,
and get nothing. Yeah. Warner Brothers is done. They're cooked. The plot twist would be that if Paramount wins, buys them for 108, and then Disney jumps in and buys Paramount for 200. Yeah. Now it's like, well, shit.
I think if Netflix buys it, that is a really big competitor that then becomes impossible to obtain in one fell swoop from Disney. There's no way. There's no fucking way.
Wholeheartedly.
You think so?
Disney has more money than
God.
Vatican. Yeah, literally.
Have a good night, Dancing Queen. So nice to have you here. I think
Queen.
What is it? And then also too, like when it comes down to all of this, we also have to be aware of like the Justice Department. The Justice Department could come in and be like, "Yo, no, this is antitrust." I don't think that's going to happen.
No, and I can tell you why. The head of Paramount is personal friends with Donald Trump.
Exactly.
There's no way. Yeah. And the heads of Netflix have been courting Trump for quite some time because both sides know that this is going to come down to a government decision.
Well, not only that, Trump has even said, he has openly stated, and I quote, that he wants to play a major role in this merger. So it's going to, and I do know that last week the CEO, or the co-CEO, Ted Sarandos, did have a meeting with Trump where he was like glazing him the whole meeting. And then Trump came out and said, "I really like this guy. He's got a good head on his shoulders." So it is going to be a glaze competition to see like who's going to butter up the guy the most for this acquisition. Now, David Ellison is claiming with their $108 billion cash buyout that they're saying that it would be less regulation and would go through faster than Netflix's $82.7 billion offer because it's not full cash. Either way, I think we're just at that point mincing potatoes. It really does go between, or at least the debate then becomes, I'm like, who is the better option to me? And I think because everyone already has a Netflix account, everyone is already a captive audience to Netflix, I think I would prefer Netflix to have it more than Paramount. I don't want to have to pay for fucking Paramount too. I already have Netflix.
I paid for Paramount when they brought back Beavis and Butthead, and I watched that season, and then they moved it to Comedy Central, and it's not on Paramount Plus anymore. And I'm like,
what? Okay, as someone who had Paramount Plus, what the fuck is on Paramount Plus?
All of Paramount stuff.
But I mean, is that a big enough capture to be like, yeah, I went on that?
I mean, there's some good. I don't have it anymore, so I can't.
Well, that's what I'm saying.
Up to,
Last of Us is HBO. That's Warner Brothers.
Yeah. See, if you, that's another thing. If you hadn't asked me, and if it wasn't 11 o'clock at night, I might have been able to tell you.
That's valid.
I mean, Paramount had some decent stuff. They had. I tried so hard to get into the Halo series, and they butchered it.
I have not heard a single good fucking thing about the Halo series.
If I will say a good thing about it, I will give you a good thing about it.
Mm-hmm.
If it had been anything other than Halo, if it had just been a standalone science fiction movie, it would have been fucking good.
Yeah.
But because it was Halo, and because we already have so much rich story, and they took a completely different direction as if this was some parallel universe, that's what killed it. It's because we all had in our mind, it's Master Chief.
Yeah.
This fucking why is his fucking helmet off? It's Master Chief.
Well, at that point, again, it comes back to the brand identity.
What the fuck are the Covenant? Why are they fucking doing? What the fuck is it? Because we already have the story in our head.
Yeah. I think you similarly said that there was a position you had like the new Predator movie. If it wasn't a Predator movie, it was just a sci-fi original, it would have been good.
Yeah. It was a good alien movie, not Xenomorph, but good alien movie. It just, because it was Predator, it was just like, this is not a fucking Predator.
Yeah.
This is not a fucking Predator. But what are you going to do? That's fucking Disney for you.
Yeah. Well,
Disney's going to continue to butcher that one.
I think you have convinced me a whole lot more on the idea that Netflix would but would put more power to the creator than Paramount, for sure. I think you've convinced me far more on that. I would probably rather that they try something new than something like The Last of Us, which is what I've seen, just a remake of the game essentially. Oh yeah, the show is just a remake of the game. But to be fair, the guy who, oh god, what's his name? Oh my fucking god, the creator of the game. It's something Nathan something. Oh, I can't think of it. But the creator did pitch this as a movie series first, and then got denied, and then pivoted to the games and was like, yo, can we please make my goddamn story? And the gaming community was like, gotcha, we love zombies, let's go.
God, I'm so tired of zombies.
I know you are. I'm
so fatigued with them, man. But I've been done with zombies for, I mean, I was done when George Romero, after George Romero's zombie movies, I'm like, I'm done.
Yeah. I mean, I get it. You're preaching to the choir there. Ugh, I got sick of them after 25 seasons of Walking Dead. I was sick of it.
Did you make it all the way through that?
No. I got to Negan's plot line and I was just like, all right, I'm done.
Yeah, I made it to... We can talk spoilers about this one, right? It's been out long enough.
It's been out. At least the spoilers that I'm talking about where I jumped off has been out for 10 years.
I jumped off when Negan killed... Can I say spoilers on this one? I don't even.
All right, everyone, you got 10 seconds. Spoilers. If you don't want spoilers, you make your peace with God. All right.
Shit, I don't even remember the character's name anymore.
Everyone, we good? Cool. Are you talking about Abraham? The redhead.
Are
you talking about Glenn?
God damn it, Glenn. Yeah, there we go, Glenn.
That's where I dropped off. That's exactly where I dropped off. I was like, are you fucking kidding me? I know what happens in the comics. I know what happens in the comics. I'm still mad.
It wasn't so much that I'm not watching this because they killed Glenn. I didn't care.
I didn't care.
I was so fatigued by it that when it happened, I was like, all right. I feel like I should care. I feel like I should be more emotionally invested in this, and I'm just not.
The heart of the show is gone. Bye-bye.
I'm just not. It's like, oh, okay, he's dead now.
I think my parents, because they held on a lot longer than I did, and okay, this is spoilers. Again, you got 5 seconds. Spoiler. Cool? All right, we're good, everyone? My parents jumped off when Chandler Riggs' character died.
Which one was that?
Rick's son. I can't remember his name.
Oh, Carl.
There you go. They killed him off. But Rick is still alive.
Did Rick make it all the way to the end?
It's not over. They're still going.
No fucking way.
It's still going.
They're not still making them. No way.
Daryl has a new season on his own.
But isn't that a spinoff?
Yeah, but it's still the main people. Also the vape.
Oh, thank you. Thank you, guys. Yeah, the series ended in 2022. The franchise is still alive.
Yeah, the franchise is definitely still alive.
As long as people are watching, they'll keep making it. Which, good for them.
It's not exactly fantastic, but I understand from where they are coming from. I don't know. I think Netflix, to me personally, is going to be the better option. I don't particularly want Paramount to get it, because then it's just going to turn into this it's just going to turn into this slot machine where too many producers and too many suits have their hands in the pie for these artists who are trying to tell stories, and they're trying to market it to the most audience as possible. So they're going to go with the safe.
They'll be Disney Junior.
Yeah, they're going to go with the safe option and not the daring option. And I'd much rather have daring over safe.
That's not even daring. I would just say the lazy option. Netflix is like, we don't want to be bothered, dude. Just make us money.
Honestly though, I think it's really interesting. I think the only time I got teary-eyed watching a movie was in Endgame when you know who died. Yeah. Oh, dude. I cry at everything. Ask Maddie. I'm constantly crying. I cried today. I cry all the time. I'm a weepy little girl. I can't help it.
If I haven't canceled myself yet, can I do it now?
Do it now. Do it now.
Fuck Endgame.
We've had this discussion.
didn't like Endgame.
You didn't like Endgame. Did you like?
Dude.
Hold on, what's it called? The one before it?
I loved Infinity War.
Infinity War. Thank you.
That was by far my favorite.
Infinity War
Marvel
was
movie.
great. I liked Infinity War.
Yeah. Favorite Marvel movie up to that point or since. Infinity War was fucking great. Yeah, I didn't like Endgame. Endgame did not do a good job of tying up loose threads.
I mean, again, though, it was the Disneyfication of things where they're trying to leave it as open-ended as possible so they can keep making more movies off of it.
And then there were things that happened that pissed me off, and it pissed a lot of people
The
off.
girl boss scene.
But those people were pissed off because yes, that scene, but I'm going to clarify so that you know, I don't want chat, don't start jumping on me about this. Hear me out first.
Oh no,
yes.
Here we go.
But most people on the fucking internet were pissed off just because there was a girl boss scene. I was not pissed for that. I was pissed for the way they did.
They executed it.
Executed in a fan service way.
Yes.
And when it was already built into the scene.
It was so
and then they fucked it up. The whole idea was to turn the damsel in distress thing on its head. So why did they show up to help Captain What's-Her-Fuck?
Oh, Captain Marvel.
Yeah, she has help. She doesn't need any fucking help. Why didn't they all show up to help Peter, the male? Turning the whole fucking damsel in distress on its head because now the women are showing up to help the man.
Yeah.
Boy, in this case.
Yeah, he's a kid.
But showing up to help. I mean, Peter had the gauntlet first and was getting the shit kicked out of him. Captain What's-Her-Fuck shows up and she's like, I'll take it. She just took down Thanos' ship in 2 seconds. What help does she need?
No, yeah, exactly. I think if that scene removed Captain Marvel and she was there at the end of all of them helping him out, that would have been way better.
And think about where everybody came from. You had the Wasp.
Yeah.
She's trying to help Scott get the fucking van running.
Yeah.
And she's like, hold that note. I got to go have a girl moment and take, what the fuck is she doing?
It doesn't,
You're leaving Scott in charge?
Yeah, Scott, the guy, the ex-security guy, he's not going to be able to fucking get a van going.
I mean, the part that pissed me off is it was set up. Peter's getting the crap kicked out of him. He's on the ground, curled up in a ball. I'm like, there it is. There's your girl power moment. Show up to help him.
Yeah, Scarlet Witch, all of it.
Then they help him. Then they all go their separate ways to do their own thing. And then Captain Marvel comes in. But no, they did it in a very fan service way.
Yeah.
And it was just almost like they forgot to do it. And they're like, oh shit, we forgot the girl hero scene. Shit, oh, throw them in.
I think the boys do a really good job of making fun of that in the series. Because they do the same shit. And they're like, we need to have our moment.
Yeah. I did really like Tony Stark's death.
I thought that was good.
That was a fucking brilliant moment to basically ending it the way it began. I am Iron Man.
Oh,
fucking great. But Captain America returning the stones, I want to see that movie.
Yes. They're never going to give us that. They're never going to give us that.
I want to see him showing up and seeing Red Skull on top of the mountain. How'd that conversation go?
Hey, buddy.
You're still alive? What the fuck?
I know, yeah, that would be crazy.
So, and if the only way to get that stone was to lose someone you love, how do you return the stone? Do you have to give birth?
You give someone you hate.
you have to kill. Oh, so he had to kill Red Skull. Holy shit.
He would then become the person that's there at the mountain. I could see that though.
There, take the stone with you, fucker.
Fuck you.
I mean, did he show back up in Asgard and inject freaking what's her name?
Natalie Portman.
to get that stone back in her?
Oh yeah, it was the reality stone.
Yeah, I didn't like Endgame.
I can see your flaws with it.
I didn't like Thanos' motivation just turned into just being the bad guy.
He's more complicated in the comics than they made him in the movies, which is a little disappointing, but I understand why it ended up becoming that way from a writing standpoint. I love you too, darling.
And on that note, I think we need to bring this to a close.
Yeah.
The wife is calling me from the other room.
Oh, the wife is calling you? Okay. And then, yeah, boyfriend over here is like, I love you. It's bedtime.
From next door.
That's so funny.
I know she's calling me to say, shut the fuck up.
This has been so much fun. Thank you so much for talking to me and all of chat about movies and our ideas about the Paramount merger. I have been doing so much research on this. It's made me so happy to finally nerd out about it. Poor Maddie, I have been talking his ear off about all of this stuff. I'm like, no, it gets so much deeper than this. Oh my God. So it's been wonderful. Thank you so much. I appreciate you dearly.
Yeah, this was fun. Chad, I hope you guys had fun too, listening to us babble.
This is great.
I thought it was fun to babble. So go Team Netflix.
Team Netflix.
I just hope that Netflix doesn't turn into a big studio. They get all that stuff and they're like, oh, now we can meddle.
Oh God, don't do it. Don't do it. You've got a good model right now. Leave it alone.
And then, I mean, really, if Netflix takes it, they're biting off a bigger piece of the pie. If Paramount takes it, they're taking half the goddamn pie.
They're taking half. They're taking half and they become a monster. They become a huge monster.
Yeah. I could keep talking for hours, but
I know we absolutely have. All right. I'll let you be. Have a good night. I'll say good night to chat. But thank you so much. Bye.
Night, chat. You guys have a good night.
Oh my goodness, chat. This was so much fun. I'm so glad. Oh my goodness, y'all. This was such a great discussion. I love Shy. You had so many interesting points to bring up. Thank you. You get a little sticker, boop, for chatter of the stream. That was so fun. Thank you again for all the raiders. Definitely not Maddie, All Night Dom, and Stigs. You guys are amazing. Thank you for all the resubs. Thank you for all the biddies. You're all so incredible. Oh my goodness gracious. This was so much fun. This is going to be really interesting. I think this conversation did help make it a whole lot less scary. I think it is a really big deal because this is going to affect literally everyone in the world. Because movies are culture and movies are art, and that is probably one of the most important things that we need to take care of and protect. And personally, I am on Team Netflix to continue forward with this merger. I think it's going to be scary no matter what, and I do know that who owns the FNAF films? You've got me wondering now. Is it Warner Brothers? Oh, but is Blumhouse owned by... Oh, okay, that makes sense. Blumhouse is owned by Warner Brothers, so then yeah, the FNAF movies would then go to Netflix. That is exactly how that works. I don't know. We'll see, chat. But I really enjoyed this. This is just a long just chatting stream. I took a nice mental health break. It was really important for me to do so. Tune in on Friday where I'm going to be doing a baking stream, which is, just a just chatting stream, but with like a little bit of an activity. So I can't wait to see you guys there. Shy is working on his VIP status, and I hope everyone else in chat is too. You guys have been wonderful. You guys have been so fun. I really appreciate this, and I cannot wait to see you guys on Friday. You guys could have chosen to be anywhere in the world, but you chose to be here, and for that I thank you. So no matter where you are, no matter what time it is, good night, good morning, good afternoon, and good evening. I hope to see you guys on Friday. Bye bye. Kapish.